Hello there, I'm Gary Sims from Android Authority, and I'm here to tell you which was the best phone of 2017. Now, when people talk about the best of something, that can be pretty subjective. If I asked you what is the best sports team, or the best car, or the best type of music, I'm sure I would get a whole load of different answers from you guys out there. So when we've come to look at the best of Android for 2017, we're trying to be as objective as we possibly can. And to do that, we have actually devised a set of tests that test these phones. So when it comes to battery life, we're actually measuring battery performance. When it comes to the camera, we've actually got some camera testing equipment. When it comes to audio, we've used audio equipment to test the quality of the signals and so on. Now, if you go over to the AndroidAuthority.com website, you're going to see all of our testing procedures laid out there for you in black and white. And I really would encourage you to go over and read those so that you know that we have done the best we can to be objective about these tests. Now, before we get into tests, it's time to talk about our finalists, the top 10 phones that we have pitted against each other for this year's Best of Android 2017. Now, I'm going to list them to you in alphabetical order based on the OEM. So we start with B for BlackBerry. Now, the BlackBerry Key One is a fairly unique phone in this year's lineup because, of course, it comes with that physical keyboard, something that BlackBerry were very much known for in years gone by. It's also got the weakest processor in terms of the Qualcomm lineup. It uses a Qualcomm 625, whereas all the other phones that use Qualcomm in this lineup have got the Qualcomm 835. However, it does come with 4 gigs of memory. It does have a 4.5-inch screen with greater than full HD resolution, and of course it's got a 12 megapixel camera and a 3505 milliamp hour battery. Next up is the Google Pixel 2 XL, and that comes with a Snapdragon 835, 4 gigabytes of RAM, the huge 6-inch display. It's got at least Quad HD resolution, a 12 megapixel camera and a 3520 milliamp hour battery. Next up is the Huawei Mate 10 Pro with its Kirin 970 processor. It's the only device in this year's lineup that doesn't have a Qualcomm processor. Of course, you've got the nice 6-inch display, a 2K resolution, and of course the dual cameras, a 12 megapixel camera and a 20 megapixel camera, plus you've got that nice 4000 milliamp hour battery. Next comes the LG V30 with the Snapdragon 835. It's got a 6-inch screen, it's got Quad HD resolution, it's got 4 gigabytes of RAM, it's got dual cameras, and it's got a 3300 milliamp hour battery. Next up is the Lenovo Moto Z2 Force, again with the Snapdragon 835, this time with 6 gigabytes of RAM, 5.5-inch display, Quad HD and dual cameras with a 2730 milliamp hour battery. It's nice to see Nokia back in the Android market, and this year the Nokia 8 has made its way into the finalists for the Best of Android series. The Nokia 8 comes with a Snapdragon 835, 6 gigabytes of RAM, a 5.3-inch screen, Quad HD resolution, and two 13 megapixel cameras, all backed up by a 3090 milliamp hour battery. No showdown would be complete without the OnePlus 5T. Again, Snapdragon 835, 8 gigabytes of memory, 6-inch display, greater than full HD and dual 16 megapixel cameras, and then for the power it's got a 3300 milliamp hour battery. Much has been said and written about the Razer phone, and it's also made it into our top 10 finalists. The Razer comes with the Snapdragon 835, 8 gigabytes of memory, a 5.7-inch Quad HD display, dual 12 megapixel cameras, and a 4000 milliamp hour battery. Moving on to S for Samsung, we've got the Samsung Galaxy Note 8. Of course, that comes with the Snapdragon 835, it's got 6 gigabytes of RAM, it's got that huge 6.3-inch display, it's got a greater than Quad HD screen resolution, and you've got the dual cameras and a 3300 milliamp hour battery. And the other S in our lineup is S for Sony, the Sony Xperia XZ1. And of course, that comes with the Snapdragon 835, 4 gigabytes of RAM, a 5.2-inch Full HD display, a 19 megapixel single lens camera, and a 2700 milliamp hour battery. So So let's start with the display. 4 of our devices this year are LCD devices. That's the Nokia 8, the BlackBerry Key 1, the Sony XZ1 and the Razer phone. The rest are all AMOLED devices. Now, which one offers the brightest display? And of course that's important when you want to read the phone outside. And actually it's the Nokia 8 and the BlackBerry Key 1 that offer the brightest displays out of our lot. And in third place comes the Sony Xperia XZ1. Now when it comes to colour representation, we look at the colour temperature. Now looking at the display, we found that the Keynote 1, the Nokia 8 and the LG G30 all have the coolest types of displays, and the others are much warmer. And so once you consider all the different parameters, including the brightness, including the colour representation, our testing has shown that the Samsung Galaxy Note 8 is the winner of the display category. In second place comes the Huawei Mate 10 Pro, and it's great to see the Nokia 8 in third place. Now the quality of the audio that comes out of our devices is essential, because if we're not speaking, then at least we're listening to music, or we're watching Netflix or YouTube, or we're playing a game, and all of them involve some kind of audio output. Now the loudest phones in our roundup are the Pixel 2 XL and the Nokia 8. Now the best phone in terms of noise is the Razer phone, which actually had a -106 dB noise level, which is very, very impressive. However, close behind we have the Galaxy Note 8, the Nokia 8, the LG V30 and the Pixel 2 XL, which all achieve -100 dBs of noise. And in terms of harmonic distortion, the LG V30 is the clear winner, then the Note 8, then the Key 1 and finally the Huawei Mate 10 Pro. The devices that support the greatest range of Bluetooth codecs are the Pixel 2 XL, the Mate 10 Pro and the Sony XZ1. Now when you throw that all up together, including the volume, the distortion and the noise level and the codec support, these are our winners. In first place you've got the LG V30, in second place you've got the Google Pixel 2 XL, and in third place you've got the Huawei Mate 10 Pro. Now when it comes to performance, we've used a whole range of different benchmarks. When it comes to Antutu, the OnePlus 5T is the clear winner with a score of over 180,000. For GFX bench, it's actually the Note 8 that comes out on top, followed closely by the Sony Xperia XZ1. When it comes to Geekbench, the single core score goes to the OnePlus 5T, and then the multi-core score goes to the Mate 10 Pro. However, in second place you do get the Nokia 8 and the Razer phone. And finally, looking at 3D Mark, the winner there is the Note 8, followed by the Nokia 8. Now when you put all those scores together, the clear winner in terms of performance is the OnePlus 5T, so well done OnePlus. Then you have the Razer phone, and finally you have the Note 8 from Samsung. Okay, to test the camera, we've done 2 different methods. First of all, we've got a camera shootout, which we displayed on the Android Authority website with lots of different pictures of sceneries and low light and different types of shots, and you, the readers of AndroidAuthority.com, voted for what you thought were the best pictures. And secondly, we did some technical testing. We got some very complicated software, and we've got all these special patterns that you take pictures of, and then from that you can check things like the color reproduction and the sharpness and the amount of noise in the picture and so on. So let's first of all look at the shootout results. Well, as you can see here, the readers have had their say, and in third place comes the OnePlus 5T, second place comes the Samsung Galaxy Note 8, and the winner, according to the readers of AndroidAuthority.com, is the Google Pixel 2 XL. Now, with the technical testing, there's a huge mound of data that we've collected, and a lot of those results are published over at AndroidAuthority.com. However, these are some of the highlights for you. So when it comes to colour accuracy, a number of phones did a really good job, including the Note 8, the Pixel 2 XL, the Sony Xperia XZ1, the Moto Z Force 2, the Huawei Mate 10 Pro. And none of the flagships had any problem with noise when it was good light, particularly the Google Pixel 2 XL and the Samsung Galaxy Note 8. When it comes to low light, things are a bit different, and the winner in the low light category was the 5T, the OnePlus 5T. In terms of sharpness, in first was the Note 8, then the Nokia 8, and then the OnePlus 5T. And finally, we did a test using 4K video, which phone had the best sharpness for 4K video, and that was the Note 8, followed by the Pixel 2 XL. Now when you gather all those results together, the winner for the best camera in terms of its technical aspects is the Samsung Galaxy Note 8, followed very closely behind by the Mate 10 Pro and then the Pixel 2 XL. Now battery life is a key characteristic for many of us, so we've done lots of different battery testing, and first of all, for just doing mixed kind of activities, that means a bit of gaming, a bit of web browsing, a bit of music, a bit of video and so on, the best phone is actually the Key 1 from BlackBerry, followed by the Mate 10 Pro and then the Z2 Force. However, if you kind of just do more web browsing than maybe you do video or playing games, then again the Key 1 from BlackBerry comes in first place, then again the Mate 10 Pro in second place, and finally in third place is the Nokia 8. However, if you are a heavy gamer, then the OnePlus 5T will give you the best battery life, followed by the Z2 Force and then the Huawei Mate 10 Pro. Now if you're the kind of person that's always dashing around and you plug your phone in for just a few minutes to try and get that extra bit of charge before you dash out somewhere else, then the phone that charges the quickest is actually the Z2 Force. Then actually behind that is the Mate 10 Pro and finally the OnePlus 5T. Now overall, when you add up all those different types of battery tests, the winner is the Huawei Mate 10 Pro, followed very closely by the OnePlus 5T. And in third place, we have the Z2 Force. Now to judge the user experience, we actually came up with 191 points available to be divided across a whole range of categories, from hardware to software to camera and so on. And we're looking at things like the screen to body ratio. Does it have a headphone jack? Does it have dual speakers? Does it have optical image stabilization? Does it have wireless charging? Can it support a micro SD card? Does it have any IP rating? What version of Android does it come on? And so forth. So we tallied up all the points, and actually we found out in terms of user experience, the LG V30 is the clear winner. Next is the Samsung Galaxy Note 8, and in third place you've got the Huawei Mate 10 Pro. Now before we get on to look at the final scores, there is one more category, and that is value for money. Now the BlackBerry Key 1 costs just $500, whereas at the other end of the extreme is the Note 8, which can cost over $900. So there's a $400 difference between them. So when you compare the features that these phones have with the price, the overall winner for value of money is the OnePlus 5T. Then next comes the Nokia 8. Again, great to see Nokia there in that second position. And then in third place is the Moto Z2 Force. Okay, so let's look at the final results. Now, when you boil it all down, there are just 4 phones that have shown themselves strong through all those categories. The Mate 10 won one category and was in the top 3 for 4 other categories. The V30 from LG won 2 categories, but it didn't get a top 3 position in any of the other categories. The OnePlus 5T itself won 2 categories, and it was in the top 3 for a further 1 other category. And the Samsung Galaxy Note 8 won 2 categories, and it was in the top 3 for 2 other categories. So let's take the results in reverse order, starting with third place. In third place, we get the OnePlus 5T. And then in second place, we have the Samsung Galaxy Note 8. And the winner of the Best of Android award for 2017 goes to the Huawei Mate 10 Pro. I'm Gary Sims from Android Authority, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. A big shout out to all my colleagues over at AndroidAuthority.com who put together this Best of Android series. It really was a group effort, a collaborative work, and if you go over to the AndroidAuthority.com website, you'll see lots of in-depth articles about all of these different areas. I really recommend you go and check out those articles. If you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to Android Authority's YouTube channel. Hit that bell icon so that you get a notification every time we release a new video. And last but not least, do go over to AndroidAuthority.com because we are your source for all things Android.